PR Connections Radio presents. This episode of the PR Connections podcast is brought to you by Classy Communications PR and Advertising. Classy Communications provides public relations and marketing solutions for businesses, professionals, and nonprofit organizations. It can deliver the true meaning of your business with press releases, social media marketing, web development, email marketing, book publishing, and much more. Wherever your potential clients are, they can help you connect with them. Visit classycommunications.net to learn more about their suite of services that can help your business stand out from the rest. Classy Communications is your solution for business success.
Hello there, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. And I am your host, Jesse Oakley III. Now, the purpose of the Sunday Morning Chat Series is for yours truly to interview a plethora of positive people that are making a big difference in the community. Whether they're speakers, writers, singers, entertainers, actors, athletes, anybody you can think of, you'll hear from them first right here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. And today we have ourselves a wonderful episode for you. And many people know I belong to a wonderful organization called Toastmasters International. And you have seen episodes where I get a chance to interview Toastmasters from all over the world. And we have the chance to hear different stories and different adventures. And today you are in for a wonderful treat and a wonderful adventure. I have with me another fellow Toastmaster who is actually, I'm excited and delighted to get a chance to interview. So without any further delay, please help me welcome Michael Statini. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Thank you so much, Jesse. I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing quite well, especially now that you are here. And I don't know about you, but are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Without further ado, let's chat. Now, the first question I do have for you is, we all have our starts in Toastmasters. We all have our beginnings. What was your start in Toastmasters? Please take us to day one.
So my day one actually began before my first meeting. I started with Toastmasters back in October 2024, and actually in September of 2024, the former vice president of membership for Travelmasters, Sarah Cassette, was actually at my local mall, and I was also there because I also own a travel agency business. And so I was working a wedding expo event, and so she happened to see my table, so she came up to me, she introduced herself, we were talking a little bit, so she said that her club was looking for a travel agent, that they were trying to plan a group trip. And so, of course, I said, I'll be interested in attending a meeting, thinking that I'll just be one and done. But sure enough, here I am a little over a year later, and I'm still a travel master. And I'm also part of another club that's called Gastronomy. And I'm also a district leader because I'm also the logistics manager for Toastmasters District 46, which is in the New York City area. So that's how I got started.
All right. Fantastic. And the journey always continues, my friend.
Yes, definitely.
Most definitely. Now, another question I do have for you is actually you answered part of that with what you're doing with your clubs. And what other items are you doing within Toastmasters that you're doing right now?
So the other items I'm doing in Toastmasters is that I'm also one of the co-chairs for District 46 Spring Conference Committee. Ooh. I'm also the one who's in charge of finding the catering company for the conference. So let me tell you something. That is definitely not an easy task at all. Trying to find a catering company for 130 people. Plus, also, we have dietary restrictions such as people have to be gluten-free, nut-free, peanut allergy, vegan, vegetarian, etc. And I don't know about you guys, but finding a catering company in New York City is very expensive. And I'm also the chief judge for Travelmasters Speech Contest. So right now, I'm trying to find people to help fill the functionary roles, such as judges, tie-breaking judges, timers, Zoom masters, contestant interviewer, because we are in the online club, so we will have our contests for the club level online. So we definitely need someone who's a well-equipped Zoom master to mute people and to spotlight people and to take care of the breakout rooms.
All right. That sounds like fantastic. And especially in New York City, catering thing, that is truly a challenge. And
yes, definitely.
Yeah, it is truly a challenge. Now, speaking of challenges, what other now I've been in Toastmasters now for 23 years, and I've seen a plethora of challenges. And you being in Toastmasters since believe 2024. I'm sure there are other challenges that you also faced. And could you describe that one of the challenges that you're able to overcome within your journey within Toastmasters?
Well, one of the challenges is getting members to pay the renew fee. Like I don't care if you're not going to renew. Just let me know so that way I'm not constantly bothering you every couple of months. Or if you say, hey, I'm having a hard time right now. I'm not going to renew this 6-month period, but I will rejoin in the next 6-month period. That's fine with me. I make a mental note of that so that way I know not to reach out to you until I'm going to say until like March or January when the 6-month period is up. So it's the members that ghost me, that don't respond to my emails after I ask them multiple times, hey, are you going to renew? Are you going to renew? Because we need to know. Because not only for myself, but also for my fellow club officers, we need to know who's staying and who's coming and who's going. So that way we know to take them out of the Pathways program and to also take them out of the club WhatsApp chat and also take them on about club's website page. Because there's multiple things that we need to do. That way we know that we have the correct membership roster display.
All right. And I tell you what, getting the members is always a challenge. And I learned through that 20 years ago when I was an area governor, now they're called area directors, something called the speed bump test. And it's always important to actually know who's renewing and who's not renewing, because if you're not knowing or not knowing who's renewing or not, then that could be like hitting a speed bump. Let's just say that the membership here, the club is in a bottle, and the membership is the liquid right here. And you have to be driving in a parking lot. And what happens when you usually see a speed bump? Guess what? You slow down.
Yes.
But if you don't see the speed bump, guess what happens? Splash everywhere, and you'll be taken by surprise. So when it comes to the new membership dues, that happens every 6 months. You have to be aware of the speed bump. Know the speed bump, adapt to the speed bump, because if you don't see the speed bump, that could damage not only your car, but it could spill out in your drink.
Yes, and plus not only that, Jesse, but also you're taking space by someone who wants to be a Toastmaster, and also potentially taking space from a potential new member. So like right now, I have guests who are interested in possibly joining Toastmasters, but they can't do it right now because money's tight or they have a busy schedule. Again, I'm thankful for people letting me know. I ask everyone, just be honest with me. You're not hurting my feelings. But trust me, I have very tough skin.
All right. And that is definitely true. Now, another question I do have for you is, we already went through the challenges to overcome. Now, we have a plethora of best moments experienced with Toastmasters. Now, in your Toastmasters journey right now, what has been the best moment that you've experienced so far?
Oh, gosh. That's a tough question. I have a lot of best moments. But I got to say, my best moment was being able to give a speech without reading the script. My fellow mentor his name is Joseph Albu. I'm sure you probably know him because he's been with Toastmasters for many years. He told me, just read from your heart and not from the script. At first, I thought he was nuts. So at first, I didn't believe him. Then one day, I was like, let me try that. And then after I got done giving the speech, I honestly felt like it was the greatest speech I ever gave. I felt like I just climbed Mount Everest. Because now, instead of me going like this and talking and giving a speech, I'm able to look at my audience and connect with them and see their reaction.
Now, I'll tell you, Michael,
that's definitely a big thing that you got to do when you're giving a speech at Toastmasters, is that you got to connect with your audience. You got to do eye contact. And I'm always told by every evaluator I have, I always get consistent eye contact. And not only that, but also when you're giving a speech in a contest, that's something that the judges will judge you on.
And Michael, what you described perfectly is what I like to call the lumberjack theory. And lumberjack theory is, let's say a person who does their speech and they have the paper size this thick reading from their own speech. And one of the things I like to mention for the new speakers and icebreakers is cut down the paperwork like this. Go from this to this. Next speech, this to this. Keep cutting it down until you become a strong lumberjack in your presentation. That way, you can go from beginnings like this, the paper is this thick, all the way down to this, and that way you're chopping until you become the strong lumberjack in your presentation. So that you just explained the lumberjack theory perfectly when it comes to all those notes and everything.
Oh, yes, definitely. I love that theory.
Yes, definitely. Now, another question I do have for you is, let's say that you have a new Toastmaster out there, and that new Toastmaster is amazed and inspired with what you're doing right now. Let's say the competition goes like this. Hey, Mike, how's it going? And I been looking at you lately, and I noticed that you are an impressive individual with what you do within Toastmasters. You give your strength, you give your energy, and you give your heart to this wonderful organization. And I just want to be like you when I get to where you are right now. Now, if I could find a way to be like you and actually step in your shoes, what can I do to actually be more like in your shoes? If you hear something like that, Michael, what would be the advice would you give that new up and coming Toastmaster?
Well, the first advice I'll give to them is make sure you have a mentor. You always got to have a mentor, someone who's in your corner, being your cheerleader, even when you're not your best self. Because trust me, there's times when I felt like I was defeated, that my mentor, Joseph Abu, is there teaming me up and said, no, you did a wonderful job. Right now, as I said before, I'm the chief judge for Travelmasters speech contest, but he's also the contest chair. So I'm keeping him updated as to like, hey, I got 2 judges who said yes, or I got a timer or a Zoom master or a contestant interview. So he's always constantly telling me, great job, keep it up. You're doing a wonderful job at getting people to say yes to helping you out and being part of your contest team.
Huh.
And I would also say, get out of your comfort zone. Because Toastmasters is all about people stepping out of their comfort zone. I know it's a little frightening at first. I will admit I was unsure at first. But then once I got out of my comfort zone, I was like, oh my God, I should have done this sooner. And definitely always help out with any event that you can, whether it be an online speech contest or a district event that'll be in person. Always step up and help out, because trust me, people will take notice. And then they will ask you, like, hey, Mike, could you possibly help me with this event? Or could you be a logistics manager? Because that's how I actually got the logistics manager position, was that my district director saw that I was always attending all these events. So she's like, oh, I want to work with him. And that's actually what she said. She wanted to work with me, and she wanted me to be on her team. Which that made me feel good about myself. I'm like, oh, someone noticed all the hard work I'm putting in. And yes, I'll help her out by being the logistics manager.
All right, and I tell you what, stepping in that outside that box, that comfort zone, is you can actually grow stepping outside that box. And one of the things I love to do, and actually I met Michael as expanding and different checking out visiting Toastmaster clubs all over the world. And this is another mentality that I'd like to have is called the little fish in the big pond mentality. And
yes, definitely.
the key thing is, yes, it's okay to be a big fish in a small pond, but in order to grow, you have to have this mindset of being that little fish and looking for bigger ponds to swim in and actually learn and grow and do more. And when I met Michael and his club at Travelmasters, I was actually in a small fish, big pond mentality where I get a chance to benefit, connect with Toastmasters like Michael, and actually learn a great deal. Because for me, stepping outside the box and stepping outside the comfort zone is a really, really amazing and phenomenal. So it doesn't hurt to actually have that small fish in a big pond mentality.
Oh, yes, definitely not. I agree with you.
All right. Now, how can more people know more about Toastmasters and the community that you're in? Where can they go to know more about your club or Toastmasters or your district or your community in general?
The way that I think more people can know about Toastmasters in general, especially like when it comes to the clubs, is having a good vice president of public relations who's always constantly putting like social media posts out there, putting ads in the newspaper, and also having a good vice president of membership who's also always spreading the word about, hey, I want to invite you to, I'm going to say, for example, to Travelmasters next meeting that's on January 14th at 7 p.m. Will you be interested in coming, Jesse? And also following up with guests. That's definitely a big one. Like I know, as you've seen it yourself, Jesse, right after the meeting, I'm always following up with the guests who attended that meeting. I'm thanking them for coming. Then I'm inviting them to the next meeting as my guests. No, so definitely having like a good public relations person and also a good vice president of membership is definitely a key to making sure that people know more about your club and also about Toastmasters in general. And also making a post on social media definitely doesn't hurt at all. That's how you actually saw about my club Travelmasters, Desi, was that I posted on social media, and that's how I got a couple of guests. So definitely don't limit, especially if you're an online club, don't limit yourself to just your local community. You expand and put posts on social media, because who knows, maybe someone in China or London or someone like, for example, like you, Jesse, who's out in California, my club's home base is New York City, will be interested in joining.
That is definitely true. And also, you also want to look at the website of Toastmasters.org and click that button, find the club. And you see
definitely. That's definitely also a major plus.
You see so many clubs that are out there all over the world in 6 continents, 7. If we can actually teach penguins how to speak, then we'll be on all 7 continents all over the world.
Yes, because I will admit, like sometimes I go and check out other clubs' websites, and their websites are not updated. So definitely having a good updated website, and also I'm not sure what they exactly call this person at Toastmasters, but having a good person that's in charge of your website, make sure it's updated. I'm not saying daily, but on a consistent basis would definitely get more people intrigued and interested in attending your club meeting. And also putting down the right location, the time and date, and also the right Zoom link if your club is online. I know there's a lot of clubs that are online nowadays or hybrid. Or say, like, hey, for the first Thursday of the month, we're in person, then the second Thursday of the month, we're hybrid. So that way people know, like, okay, like if I just want an in-person club, I'll go on this day. Or if I want an online club, I'll go on this day then.
That is definitely true. Keep things fresh and updated, because
yes, definitely.
It's like a good bakery, good pastry. You just get that pastry right from the oven. It tastes good. It tastes amazing. It's fresh and right there, compared to something that's been out for so many months or so many years. You have a fresh pastry that you know what's in it, versus a pastry that's been stale for many years. Which one would you rather take? And if you have the fresh pastry, it's great chances you'll be able to enjoy that, and that could attract more people compared to the stale pastry right here. So it's always best to keep things fresh and keep things going.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I agree with you 100%, Jesse. And for your information, I would go with the fresh pastry, especially if it's a fresh donut that just came out the oven.
Exactly. I'll take a fresh donut or a blintz anytime.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. Now, another question I do have for you. This is a shout out portion of our interview, and it gives people a chance to give a shout out to people that made their journey possible. And if you'd like to give a shout out to the people that made your journey possible, who would you like to give a shout out to?
Oh gosh, well, I hope we have a couple hours, because I got a very long list. There's so many people especially in Toastmasters, that I'd like to give a shout out to. I definitely want to give a shout out to past International Toastmaster Director, who's the current host of this wonderful podcast, Jesse Oakley. And I just gotta say, like, when you attended my club's meeting as a guest, I felt intrigued and empowered by you. I'm like, hey, here's someone was high up in Toastmasters who wants to come visit a local online club. And also, like, all the information that you gave to my club was definitely a positive. Like, I know a lot of my members in my club, they're like, oh my God, we want to have Jesse back again as a guest. We want him as a member also. And then there's more people I want to thank. I definitely got to thank my Toastmasters mentor, which I mentioned his name several times already, Joseph Abu. Because without him, I wouldn't be the wonderful speaker I am today. And then I got to thank our Vice President of Education, Sarah Cassette, because he was actually the one who actually invited me to Travelmasters. Because I'll be honest with you, before she invited me to Travelmasters, I knew nothing about Toastmasters. But then just having her conversation, and also just feeling like how passionate he is about being a Toastmaster, definitely made me want to join. And I don't know, there's just something about Sarah that always makes people want to help her out. It's just the energy and good positive vibes that she gives. Which I'm sure you probably came across people like that before, Jesse.
Yes.
And I also got to thank our president of Travelmasters, which is Katasa Danos, because he's a wonderful leader. Every once in a while, she checks in with me to see how things are going as vice president of membership. She's also telling me, like, hey, like, go invite this person, because otherwise they'll keep coming to your meetings, our meetings, and just try to take people away from our club to join their club. Which, unfortunately, I did see that happen before. But since Katasa made me aware of it, I made sure to put that person on the do not invite list. Because we do have a Google spreadsheet where we keep all the members' information and also all the guest information and any hot leads that we get from Toastmasters website. And also we have a list where it says do not invite this person to a meeting. And then I usually put a note and I usually just say as per President Katasa Danos. And then I also got to thank our Area 12 director, which is the area that Travelmasters is in for District 46, Bobby Reed. She's a wonderful area director, plus not that, but also she's a member of Travelmasters. And she also gives a great evaluation. I personally had her as my evaluator before, and she gives such a wonderful evaluation. Plus, not that, but also at the end of the meeting, she sends you the digital copy of your evaluation so that you can have it for your personal record. Like I know there's some people who are evaluated and they just give you a verbal one and they don't follow up like with an email or filling out their evaluation form online that's on the Toastmasters base camp. And then, of course, to make a long story short, because I could go on and thank so many people, I gotta thank immediate past district director for District 46, Doris Rivera. I attended so many of his workshops to the point where I just feel like empowered to like be a better Toastmaster. He makes me a better person. And in fact, he's also going to be one of our workshop presenters for the District 46 Spring Conference. And then I got to thank our trio, the District 46 trio, which is made of Club Growth Director Rosalind Mark, Program Quality Director Stella Uma, and of course, our wonderful District Director, fearless leader, Will Reyes. Because without them, and I wouldn't be the best logistics manager that I could be. Because I always go to them like whenever I need help. Like, for example, one time someone needed a Toastmasters tax exempt form, and I went to a program quality director, Stella Uma, and I'm like, hey, like, how do I go about getting this form? So she emailed it to me. So now I have it in my records for this case if a venue needs it, especially venues because they are known to request the tax exempt form, because I always tell them, hey, Toastmasters is a nonprofit organization. I do have the tax exempt form. Please let me know if you need it. And of course, 9 times out of 10, they always reply back saying, yes, can we please have a copy of it? Because I could tell them, hey, we're tax exempt. And I can say it all day long, but saying it and actually having the proof are two different things. They want to make sure that we are actually legit a nonprofit. Because otherwise, if we're not, then they could be losing so much money. Because I know with a lot of venues, especially in the New York City area, they waive the rental fee for nonprofits, which could be anywhere between I've seen from $50 all the way to over $2,500. And of course, with catering companies, because as I mentioned before, I'm also in charge of finding a catering company for the spring conference. And they also waive the sales tax for nonprofits as long as you give them the proper tax exempt form from the IRS. Which again, that could be anywhere from a couple of $100 to over $1,000.
Oh my goodness, that is truly a long list that you just mentioned. I tell you what, this list is so long, it could go from Las Vegas and California all the way to New York and back 5 times over. That's how long the list is, Michael. The people that you want to mention, and I have mentioned before. I really appreciate the chance to give a shout out to so many people. And when it comes to doing anything with Toastmasters, it doesn't matter what position you hold, whether it be club, area, district, division, region, international. It's always best to do anything that you can with your mind, your spirit, and
yes, definitely. And I also got to thank two more people. This is the District 46 PRM team, which is the public relations manager, Jeslie Tizano, and a social media manager, Jennifer. I don't know how to say her last name, but so I'm not going to try it because I'm probably going to butcher it. The work that they both do is amazing. Like I see some like their social media posts and also the videos that they put together. I'm just like wowed away, especially like with the stuff that they do with AI. It's mind blowing in a good way.
That is definitely true. And again, that list keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Oh,
It
yeah.
might be from the West Coast to East Coast, instead of 5 times over, let's make it 6 times over.
But I did warn you, I did have a long list.
Hey, we all have a long list, and that's good because it takes a community and everybody else to actually make Toastmasters look good. It's like that shampoo adage: if you don't look good, we don't look good.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you 100%.
All right. Now, the last question I do have for you is a shout out to my people and my crew and my fans that are known as the Happy People. And for this question, I ask wise words of wisdom for my guests that could inspire, that could motivate, that could make the Happy People go, oh, this is fantastic. And if you have any wise words of wisdom for my people and my crew, the Happy People that watch this podcast, what would your wise words be?
Join Toastmasters. Join Toastmasters. And if you're interested in joining Toastmasters, attend as many club meetings as you want. Because that's the beauty with Toastmasters, is that they don't pressure you to sign up to be a member after you first attend a meeting as a guest. You can attend a meeting multiple times. You can even go to different clubs. Because I'm going to say, for example, if you attend a meeting with Travelmasters, we may not be the right club for you. So you may want to like see a club that's about like food. Like, for example, the other club that I'm part of is gastronomy. So maybe gastronomy is more of a better fit for you. Or if you want another club that's, I'm going to say, for example, we have another club that's called Columbia University. That's one of our biggest clubs in District 46. So definitely attend as many club meetings as you want to before you say yes. Because a good vice president of membership will not pressure you into joining their club. They will invite you again to another meeting as their guest. That's what I always do for my guests, is that they attend the first meeting. Then after the first meeting is done and over, I follow up with an email thanking them for their time and also inviting them to a next meeting as my guest. With, like I said before, Jesse, you've seen that yourself personally because I've done it to you before. And also, I want to leave off with one of my favorite quotes, which is actually from Dr. Seuss, which is, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. So never like cry because, oh, this is done, or I should have done this. Smile because it happened.
I'll tell you what, Michael, that is a perfect bookend to a wonderful episode. And on behalf of all the Happy People out there, I'd like to take this time out to say thank you for being a guest right here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. Thank you, Michael.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Jesse.
All right, and this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. For more information about PR Connections, you can go to prconnectionsradio.com. But wait, there's more. If you want to check out other podcasts that includes this one, the Sunday Morning Chat Series, you can go to YouTube and type up PR Connections, subscribe, like, comment, and check out all the plethora of podcasts, including this one, and you'll be truly amazed with PR Connections. But wait, there's also more too. If you want more positive words of wisdom for the Happy People, newsflash, there's a podcast for you, and there's a YouTube page. Just go to YouTube and type up Sunday Morning Chat Series and click this little subscribe, click the like button, click the share, comment as much as you can, because I have a plethora of positive people that are making big differences in communities. I've interviewed people from 2020, 2021, 2024, 2025, and right here in 2026. So if you get a chance, go to YouTube, type up Sunday Morning Chat Series, subscribe, comment, like the videos, and share as much as you can. On behalf of Michael and myself, I thank you for taking the time out for the Sunday Morning Chat Series. Stay tuned for our next episode, which will take place Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. on PR Connections and on the Sunday Morning Chat Series YouTube page. Until next time, you take care of yourselves and always, always, always have a great day. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.